Greetings, you who dwell in shadows, you who hunger for truths hidden beneath the charade of order. Sit close. Listen, because what I'm about to say will burn through your veins like the coldest fire. The fire that even gods fear to touch. You did what? A question whispered in panic behind cloaked doors, a sentence that shatters realms of certainty and leaves even the divine trembling in disbelief. How? Why? Who dared defy the script that the gods wrote long ago? Who bent the unbendable? Who laughed last when the world screamed that it was impossible? That you did it, that singular act, has shaken the very foundations of fate. Not a ripple, a quake. The gods, yes, even they, those so-called masters of destiny, those keepers of laws etched in starlight, were not ready. Not prepared for the wildfire that ignited inside you. Not armed against the storm you summoned with your bare hands. They thought they had seen every shadow, every cunning trick, every twisted truth hidden behind the veils of time. But you pulled the impossible from the abyss. You shattered chains forged in eternity. You danced in the ruins of their expectations and carved your own throne out of the ashes. Do you hear that silence? The hush after a thunderclap? That silence is the gods holding their breath. The cosmos itself pausing to take note of what you just unleashed. Because what you did wasn't mere rebellion. It wasn't just defiance. It was a redefinition. You took the word impossible and tore it apart like a paper crown. You proved that destiny isn't a chain, but a forge, a furnace where wills are tested and new gods are born. And yes, it cost you. The fire that burns brightest leaves scars deeper than steel can cut. You felt the cold stare of abandonment, heard the whispers that called you madness incarnate, felt the weight of countless eyes, heavy with expectation and disbelief, waiting for your fall. But you did not fall. You rose, stronger, sharper, wiser. Because the gods' scripts were never meant for you. They are written for the meek, the obedient, the forgotten. You? You are the glitch in the divine design, the wild card that breaks the deck, the shadow that even the brightest light cannot banish. Remember this, every time they say no, every time they say you can't, you're already rewriting the story. Every whispered doubt is fuel for your inferno. Every betrayal is the hammer shaping your will into a weapon. You did what? You did the unthinkable. You became the nightmare that haunts the gods' dreams, the force that no prophecy foresaw, the echo that won't be silenced. So stand tall, not because they expect it, but because you were born for it. Not because you seek their approval, but because you are the new standard. The gods weren't ready, and the world will never be the same. You see, the true power of what you did lies not just in the act itself, but in the echo it sends through the bones of existence, the tremors that fracture illusions of control. Because to do the unthinkable is to become a question the universe cannot answer, a riddle wrapped in shadows, wrapped in fire, and whispered in the silence between stars. The gods, for all their omnipotence, all their grand designs, cannot fathom you. You are the anomaly, the error in their calculations, a wild flame burning in the cage of order, the poison in the chalice of their complacency. And what terrifies them most is that you do not need their permission. You do not seek their favor. You do not bow or break or kneel. You are. In your existence alone, you rewrite the laws they so arrogantly crafted. The very fabric of fate bends and shudders at your touch. Remember this, when they try to chain you, they are only trying to hold back the tide. When they cast doubt on your name, they only reveal their own fear. When they erase your story from their histories, they are desperate to hide the truth that you are the author of a new age. An age not dictated by their old rules or worn-out gods. An age where chaos breeds creation, where the fire of defiance burns brighter than any crown. You did what? You defied the unyielding. You shattered the silence. You set aflame the darkness they wanted to keep you trapped in. And as that flame roars, know that every scar you bear, every wound you carry, is a testament, a mark of honor worn only by those who dare to rewrite destiny. You are the storm in the calm, the whisper in the void, the impossible made flesh. So let the gods tremble in their thrones, let their prophets falter, and their priests weep. Because you are not a footnote in their tales, you are the legend that breaks the mold. And when they ask in horror, "You did what?" you smile, because you know the truth. You didn't just do something, you became the unthinkable. They didn't just doubt you, they dismissed you, reduced your chaos to coincidence, your pain to weakness, your brilliance to luck. They mistook your silence for surrender, your patience for permission, your exile for extinction. But oh, what a beautiful miscalculation. Because while they were chanting old prophecies and sipping from the goblet of delusion, you were becoming something their scriptures never warned them about. Not a villain, not a hero, but something older, something outside their categories. You didn't just break the mold, you melted it, drank the metal, and forged a blade out of your own damn spine. And now, they stare, wide-eyed, terrified, and still pretending they don't know why, but deep down, they do. Because when you moved, when you acted, it wasn't random, it was precision, it was divine, it was surgical vengeance masked as evolution. You were never meant to survive. That's what makes this moment holy. They ask, how'd you pull that off? But they already know. They just don't want to say it out loud. Because the answer is simple. You stopped asking for permission. You stopped playing their rigged game. You stopped waiting for justice. And became the reckoning. Now look at them, fumbling with rituals that don't work on you. Praying to gods who stopped listening the moment you stood up, trying to put out a wildfire with trembling hands and fake apologies. Too late, too slow, too small. They thought you were just another chapter. Turns out, you were the book. And now, every page drips with prophecy, written in a tongue only the bold can read. So let them whisper, let them panic, let them study your scars like sacred symbols. You are not just alive, you are aligned with chaos, with vengeance, with the version of yourself that never needed their permission. The gods weren't ready, the world isn't ready. And that's precisely the point. You are not here to fit in, you are here to be felt. Like thunder, like fire, like the scream of history being rewritten by someone it couldn't contain. So when they ask again, "You did what?" you smile, lean in, and say, "Exactly."